Ew. Yeah. I need to do something about all of this. But healthy food is expensive, which means I have to not spend money on video games for a while. That being said, we can still think about buying a game.
Digital stores for financial video game related transaction and procurement. From Steam to the 360 Marketplace to the PlayStation Store to the modern Nintendo Switch eShop. Do these actually exist to sell video games? Or are they simply here to keep the cowboy cart gods happy? Shovelware! We can pretend we're better than it. But don't lie, I know this is what you yearn for. Once upon a childhood war crime, I took a gander at the Nintendo Switch eShop.
I was so skinny.
So, let's do it again. Let's start in the great deals section of the eShop.
Oh. Well, that's boring.
Here's the thing about the Switch eShop since the last time I loitered here. The state of the storefront has gotten both higher and lower quality at the same time. There are higher highs and lower lows, as they say. On one hand, they seem to push objectively higher quality titles more than they used to, and everything the average person is gonna see if they come take a quick look is much more quality controlled. Now, under the recent releases section, they even separate what you would usually be looking for from the entire lineup of actually recent released games. Essentially, there's a little header here saying, "We won't save you from what lies beyond this line. Good luck." This is nice, but come on, where's the fun in that? Yeah, Mario Party, Dying Light, Lego games, Katamari, Dredge, the Danganronpa games, all relatively fun and somewhat mainstream stuff. The only problem now, if you go past the all recent releases label, I don't blame them for not pulling me to safety. Oh, let's get this party started. My friend Peppa Pig. We're besties!
We're close. This isn't weird.
My friend Peppa Pig.
Hello, everyone. This is my new friend.
Actual gameplay footage. Yeah, don't get your hopes too high. It keeps this disclaimer on screen during the reviews. So I'm expecting the reviews to show up between levels, you promised.
Standing still is boring.
Speaking of these reviews, 7 out of 10 says way too many games. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate name. I'm just saying, if you've come this far in your game journalism, it's probably time to stop.
Lovely! It will look great on Peppa's wall.
I don't know what kind of vibe we give off that the teacher already knows it's going on my bestie's wall, but I'm proud to have that vibe.
Don't let him catch us!
My friend Peppa Pig.
The fact that this is actual gameplay footage makes me think this game doesn't really have any gameplay. Maybe a character creator and a coloring book, not much else. Visit www.esrb.org for rating information. You know what? I'll do that. My friend Peppa Pig. Pretty sparse in terms of info, huh?
Attention racers, this is Hot Wheels Let's Race. The ultimate garage is jam-packed with incredible rides. The GT Scorcher, Super Twin Mill,
Yeah, but they wouldn't have the duck and roll.
and even the Duck and Roll.
This game looks like a cheap Nick Jr. show. The Wonderful 101 Remastered, cool. I tried applying for veterinary school. On the first day, they told me the entire class is going to be done through the Nintendo Switch. My Universe Pet Clinic Cats and Dogs. Tuition was $46,000, so thankfully the game's on sale. Oh boy, I'm so excited! Do you see that? Only good games have sections where you pull ticks off animals. Why do you think Crazy Bus is considered one of the worst games of all time? no ticks. Discover the veterinary profession and help cats and dogs that need you. An injury, fever, an animal that refuses to eat, it's up to you to act. Pay close attention during medical examination. Decide what care your four-legged patients need to take care of their personal well-being through dozens of activities. Become the head veterinarian. Fulfill your dreams.
You know me so well.
If there are any veterinarians out there, you could learn a thing or two from this. A re-release of Glover, which is neat. Glover is one of those games that I've always felt like was remembered as a classic, but I don't really know if that's true. Maybe it's just that I heard a lot about it during the height of the 5th generation game console nostalgia. Truck Driving Simulator 25. Finally a game that adheres to the old law. Green is for Canadians and orange is for Americans. People these days and their thoughtless color usage. Just look at the side-by-side image. Different truck colors, I guess. Is it far-fetched to say this game is probably pretty empty? Your trucking empire starts with every mile you drive. Good luck getting an empire up and running as a truck driver. This game has the same DLC as New Super Mario Bros. 2. Yeah, you can buy Coin Rush DLC for this game, which is like pretty realistic, I guess.
Son of a...
I don't know, I'm no truck driver. Hakuoki Sweet School Life. Uh-huh. I thought this was gonna be funny or something, but it's just kind of concerning. We're gonna take a break and meditate for a moment here. Imagine being a grown, muscular man in your pretty, heart-adorned boxer briefs with a fully clothed young woman at 2 a.m. in the middle of a cemetery. That would be the NES classic Ghosts and Goblins, and by extension, Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. A new Ghosts and Goblins game, I suppose. It looks alright. Maybe a bit cheap in ways, I guess. I don't know, it seems off in some way, but it looks okay. This is the Switch 2, so how about we look at a Switch 2 game? PGA Tour 2K25 Legend Edition. $120?! Now come on, this is a steal with how much they give you in this bundle. Look, I understand, it's hard to determine a good price on a video game. I can't expect game companies to sell 7 years worth of hard work just for $5. But also Portal 2 is $10. Then again, it's old. But what does any of this mean? Point is, if you're willing to pay this for what it looks like you get, I pity you, but I mean, it's better than buying meth, I guess.
Cozy Tiny Home Designer Pack.
It looks good and cozy for what it is. It's $16? I don't know, maybe. Welcome to Cozy Tiny Home, a warm and heart-melting decorating game where you can design the most adorable spaces imaginable and fill them with sweet animal friends. This bundle includes the floor and wallpaper DLC. Whew, you drive a hard bargain. The quintessential quintuplets.
Who the hell buys this? Who has $60 on hand and says, that one? If you're a creep and you want to look at some anime girls in bikinis, just look it up or something.
Wait a second. Spike Chunsoft? Really? Somebody get me a harness because I'm about to jump bladder first down a rabbit hole. So I had no idea Spike Chunsoft was such a big company. I used to kind of just see their name tossed around here and there, but apparently they've developed quite a bit and published even more. I knew they made a few titles. I kind of remember their name from the Danganronpa games, but wow, okay, there's a lot here. They made the Mario and Sonic Rio 2016 Olympic Games for the Nintendo 3DS. And Fire Pro Wrestling.
And we'll see you in the ring.
Fire Pro Wrestling World!
Ever think they're gonna do a crossover?
No one can match the feel of a Spike Chunsoft game. I mean, they all have fires, professionals, wrestling.
Spike Chunsoft.
Technically, they just published the quintessential quintuplets. So the people who are really to blame is a company called Mages. Doing a little bit of research nets me. I don't think all the resources in the world could get me out of this rabbit hole now. I read the Wikipedia page, Apparently, the quintessential quintuplets was a manga and an anime, and apparently it's about a boy who is supposed to tutor these quintuplet girls, and the big mystery of the series is which one he ends up marrying. And the creator apparently went off about keeping the sexy scenes mysterious and ambiguous. I feel gross. All because I recognize that stupid company name, all because of that stupid bear and Fire Pro Wrestling.
Real wrestlers, real moves.
It almost makes me want to end it all, so now I have someone to thank for an easy way to die in a hole in my suicide note. Thank you, members of the Digging a Hole 2025 Gold Edition dev team. You and 5 anime sisters are all personally responsible for my death. Never mind. Curiosity hasn't killed any cats here. But I do need one more reason to live. Here it is.
Your assignment: stop the street racers and secure the road.
A monumental step in forwarding criminology has been made. This is some classic Honduran driving behavior.
Honduras taking blows.
They deserve it. They took my wallet.
I need my wallet.
This looks like a mobile game learning how to become more than that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You can even play both sides of the situation. Yippee.
Alright, I've had enough of the great deals, and I gotta say, I found some pretty great deals. So let's move on to the recent releases section.
As I previously stated, this section makes a clear distinction between safety and no man's land. People don't like it when I say my 11th favorite video game is Survival Float Simulator Crocodile Waters Raftcraft Build.
This game title reads like an Amazon product name.
Can I interest you in this high-class pond floating alligator head decoy, outdoor pools, float fake gator head duck deterrent for pool, crocodile head for decoration, swimming pool, koi pools, 13 by 5.5 by 2.8 inches? Yes. Yes, you can. I'll take 3. They spelled deterrent wrong. What about this high-quality QPAU inflatable tank pool float for adults and kids, ride-on camouflage floaty with water cannon, swim raft toy for boys, girls, lake, beach, backyard party floaties? Speaking of great deals...
This is war. War of the splashiest kind.
This is what war does to a man. You can never truly escape it.
Water cannons, pool domination, and battlefield chaos? Yes, please.
I don't want to know what this guy did in college.
Here's what it comes with. It's with the little straw to suck up the water, and then the tank itself.
Groundbreaking stuff from Laura herself.
So what I love about it is look at how big that compartment is on the inside. So you're easily going to be able to, if you just wanted to kind of tuck your legs in and not have them through the holes in the water, you can easily fit back here. It comes...
Me too, mama, make it easy. Me too.
Is super thick, so it's going to be very durable. Look at this.
She sounds both bored and desperate at the same time.
I could probably do this all day, but let's go back to my home turf.
Yeah, anyways, Survival Float Simulator Crocodile Waters Raftcraft Build. Up there with my friend Peppa Pig in terms of story.
It's not even subtle.
Yeah, so this is just an exceptionally crappy version of Raft. Like I said, it's not even subtle. Look at this. Not only this, but it has the balls to have DLC. I don't even have the balls to have DLC, and I've been trying for years! Build, expand, and survive on floating raft in dangerous swamp filled with hidden resources and deadly crocodiles. Craft tools, purify water, cook food, and turn your fragile platform into a secure sanctuary. Oh, and the DLCs seem to be just the ability to get better tools in the game, Riveting. Oh boy, here we go! Welcome to the age of generative AI. If you can't tell, I'm pretty sure this image is just generated by AI, which kinda sucks. And the reason I think it sucks is because, guess what? This game looks like some actual effort and passion was put into it. But this image and the logo are seemingly the only thing not handcrafted here. And like, why? All this pixel art looks completely handmade, so why didn't she want to do that just a little bit more? The game looks like a fun, cute little puzzle game, but the first thing everyone who sees this sees is obviously the AI-generated image. Just make a logo with the pixel art and make that the image on the eShop. This game looks actually pretty cool as a game. Oh yeah, by the way, get used to the trend of generative AI. From East Asia Soft. Personally, I prefer Northeast Asia Soft's games. I only play games from these 5 Russian prefectures. The only way to cleanse my palate after partaking in prolonged exposure to elongated house cats is to get arrested for purchasing whiskey at 1103 Post Meridium in the town of Ust-Bayla. Consider my palate cleansed. And just like that, the title is revealed. Prison Life Simulator Jail Gangster Escape Game Scary Architect Battle. Bone chilling. Dude, you ever actually watch a scary architect battle? Those things are crazy! Easily one of the best sports of all time. I always find it a little funny when games that are attempting to be realistic have the protagonist's arm always out like this. But I suppose it is a prison. I guess you're gonna need to be doing that a lot. That's gross, I shouldn't have said that. The hell do simulator jail gangster escape games have to do with scary architect battles? Prison Life Simulator Jail Gangster Escape Game Scary Architect. Imagine yourself in a realistic first-person simulation of prison life. Maintain order, complete tasks, interact with other inmates, and accumulate resources to plan your daring escape. Navigate the strict routines of the prison while testing your cunning, strategy, and social skills. Well, don't forget about the other 13% of this package, the Dark Horizons DLC. Take your experience further as ominous clouds fill the sky, changing the atmosphere and adding new challenges. Move carefully across the yard to avoid guards and discover hidden opportunities. I wish I could manage to make a $2 overcast sky sound so elegant.
Great.
What do you mean actual gameplay differs? How? Do you ever want to see a close-up of a random Japanese guy's mouth? It's okay, we both know the answer to that question. All-Me Action Game by Hero Studio. From the hero and enemies to the blocks, BGM, and sound effects, everything in this game is made from the developer, me. Live-action images and real voice. A sanity-questioning 2D action platformer has arrived. The player, attacking enemies, and even the platforms are all live-action images of the developer. Jump sounds, damage sounds, and the BGM are also entirely made from the developer's voice. What does that mean? Enjoy the deranged artwork that shaves away your sanity the longer you play. It even has local co-op. Honestly, this is kinda just a goofy little fun idea. Probably for Mr. Hero himself to get some programming practice in, if I had to guess.
Hey, let's play One Truth and Two Lies. I'm a cat. I'm a dog. I have the life-destroying, desperate need to skateboard his Ugandan knuckles.
What is the legality of this? Someone had to put at least a few days worth of effort into this game, and then get this published on the Switch eShop. By the way, this game also costs more than Portal 2. 10 Casual Games. I don't even have anything to say here. It seems like 10 mobile games they waterboarded onto the Switch. 10 Casual Games Clinic Collection brings together 10 fan-favorite experiences in one unpredictable bundle. Mine crystals on alien planets, run a restaurant empire, paint with diamonds, slice kinetic sand, bake pastries, dig for treasure, mix ingredients to create magical creatures, race as a sausage, light up neon shapes, and run your very own foot clinic.
If I had to guess, these are the first 10 steps of a 12-step program.
Apparently, Diamond Painting ASMR, Dig Deep, and Run Sausage Run all have official news channels. I wonder if they cover the election. Let me welcome you to the, wonderful world of modern shovelware. AI-generated images of scantily clad anime-esque young women.
69% off. Very funny.
It's the Fantasy Edition. Don't get me started on the Realism Edition. This is weird and concerning. This is not the last time we'll see this sort of thing. I'm sure you're wondering the same thing. What is the gameplay in this game? And more importantly, how does this too have DLC? I don't have an answer right now. Let's move on. Anybody remember Arcade Archives? Because at some point they started Console Archives, which is still neat, but not nearly as cool as playing classic arcade games. I miss classic arcades, by the way. I've only been to one local one before, and it was later changed to a modern arcade, which is just not my kind of thing. No, I don't want to play Down the Clown, I want to play Galaga! They are still publishing Arcade Archives as well. I just noticed the console stuff and thought it was worth a mention. Anyways, Solitaire Crime Stories Chapter 5. What just came out of my mouth? A murder at a Wild West show, which apparently means the cops had to dress the part. Oh, and play cards.
Detective? Yeah, okay. I just revealed a 6 of clubs and placed it on a 7 of diamonds. Don't screw with me. We both know what that means.
This seems to be a version of Pyramid Solitaire that isn't arranged in a pyramid, which means it's basically just Mahjong Solitaire. I doubt the story is enough to make this better than just buying a deck of cards. Ritsu Reason 2 Lost Memories for $1! What is the mind? It has become easier to play. A story of humans and AI. That's the entire description. This is creepy.
This is on other people's eShop, right? I don't have some, like, cursed system. It's even listed here twice. Let's just... I like space.
Shooty McSpaceface. It looks decent, but I don't really have much to say about it, so... I have a confession to make. I love pouring concrete. Construction Machine Simulator. I'm ready to go to war. Wait a second.
Construction Machine Simulator. I'm ready to go to war.
Construction Machine Simulator 2023. This is a recent release, by the way. Dig to Escape Obby. This is a Switch game, I promise. So if you couldn't tell, this is very clearly just someone trying to sell their Roblox game on the eShop. I went on to Roblox and tried to find this game, but I couldn't find it. Or at least not in the same form as is shown by the eShop previews. I found this game called Dig to Escape, and it is a pretty popular Roblox game, it seems, but it's not the same thing. Although, it does seem to be the same idea, and it has a very similar structure. So maybe at one point in time, this game looked like the eShop thing. Maybe there was an update or something along the way. How about we look up someone playing this game? I found this channel called Rimco He's Spin, I guess. This is mind-numbing. Does the music ever change? Nope. It still has the same 5-second loop of music. Another theory is that this dude made his own version of this already existing Roblox game in a different game engine other than Roblox Studio without realizing that meant he couldn't put it in Roblox. So he just decided to put it on eShop because what else was he going to do with it? What else does Rimco He's Been do? Oh my goodness. This guy has gameplay of everything that is ever released on the PlayStation Store, it seems. There's Solitaire Crime Stories and Shooty McSpaceface and Cowboy Cart. I also found a review of this game, but if you read it, the reviewer obviously just played the actual Dig to Escape Roblox game instead of the eShop game, then proceeded to pass off the review of the Roblox game as a review of the console game. Back into the depths we go. This thing's called... Ooh. Uh-huh. It looks like a bomb-related puzzle game, and it boasts a 2 to 3 hour playtime. I can understand the idea and appeal of a short and sweet video game, but I feel like 2 hours isn't very sweet. It's more like unripe. And apparently it's so cute that even people who don't like bugs can enjoy it comfortably. Splash of Color!
Oh, son of...
Another banger published by yabai.games. You can rearrange the squares to reveal an AI picture. For money. Pool and Snooker Fever 2-in-1 Deluxe Edition.
Whew, baby.
Sink the 8-ball like a pro. I always do. The trailer ends with a well-needed word to the wise. Buy Pool Fever now.
Yes, sir.
Whiskey Mafia, Blacklist. Given the time period of the cop's uniform, I'm pretty sure whiskey is legal. I don't know why you had to have a whole mafia over it. Pools. A game based on backroom-style liminal spaces in the internet-famous location of pools. For a Switch 1 game, it actually looks pretty good. I always think liminal spaces tend to get a bad rap online. They're dreamlike and weird, and I kinda love that. You know what? That same idea kinda reminds me of LSD Dream Emulator for the PS1. I always love the feeling of that game. Here's Arcade Archives 2, Rave Racer. Cool. Loan Shark. You're an indebted angler trapped in a vicious cycle of borrowing and desperation. One dark, endless night at sea, you haul up something unnatural. A talking fish named Cagliuso. It promises you wishes, but its bargains come with terrifying strings. In Loan Shark, the nets you cast bring more than fish. They pull you towards sacrifice, secrets, and a deadline you may never meet. The Loan Shark isn't just metaphoric. Something is stalking the waters. Your time is running out, and every deal you strike pushes you deeper into the unknown. This actually seems pretty cool. It's even rated T for teen. This is a fishing game for the pubescents. Ho ho and move. No. No. Well, at least it's 30% off. Exit Lab Beginner level, Exit Lab Intermediate level, and Exit Lab Expert level. Separate releases. You buy them separately. They look like basic escape games, but why would you release the games like that? It's like if McDonald's required everyone to buy each thing separately instead of offering meals.
I have to stop thinking about food.
Magic Sheep. It looks fine enough. Some overhead game that seems to be about pushing barrels or something. Okay. To all you Call of Duty fans out there. Is this canon? Call of Warfare, first-person shooter, modern shooter, Strike Force. It looks like a mobile game. I present to you $2 of DLC. The Green Suit. Enhance your tactical edge with a clear, green-colored armor interface that shows your protection status at a glance, helping you react faster and dominate the battlefield. Considering this is an almost certainly single-player, first-person shooter, I don't think I need to explain the issue here. It's like if you paid $2 to give Gordon Freeman eyeshadow in Half-Life. Cappy Spa. Looks fine enough. Some overhead game that seems to be about pushing plants or something.
Hold on.
Okay, let me check something. Yeah, that's what I thought. Magic Sheep is the same game as Cappy Spa. Same UI, same setup, same style. Same publisher. What you got up your sleeve, Vaphil Games? Some quiz game, a 2D platformer. Hey, look at that. Lantern Push. Same UI, same set, same style. They've got this one called Mole Cart Mining. It looks like you have to rotate the hexagonal pieces to create a path to the goal. Toad Slide, Delivery of Us, Slide Viking. These are all the same as Magic Sheep, Cappy Spa, and Lantern Push. They have so many games published. What's their first game? Habitat Shapes? You fit the animals into the grid. Well, okay. But only a few games later, Tidy Toys. It's the same as Habitat Shapes. Candy Trail, it's the same as Mole Cart Mining. Damn!
Let's just saunter on.
Climb Driver. They didn't even take the mobile controls off. How easy is it to actually just vomit a mobile game onto the Nintendo Switch eShop? Like, it has to take at least 15 minutes worth of effort to contact Nintendo, pay for a dev kit, rework some of the program to function with Nintendo Switch inputs and code, register as a developer, find out what you're going to do publisher-wise, get approved, and publish the game on the eShop. That has to take enough effort that getting rid of the mobile fake buttons on the screen... Wait a second. Hold on a second. I'm looking at the supported play modes on the bottom. It only supports handheld mode.
They didn't even bother changing the controls at all. It's still a touchscreen.
How often do you play games with violent references? Especially when that same game is rated E for everyone. It's another crappy mobile game. Bring me back to cheap games made for consoles. Ah, crap, I spoke too soon. Ecchi Breaker. Brave Edition. Remember Color Splash? I'm willing to bet these games play kinda like that. The funny part about this one is that these images aren't even overly promiscuous. So that begs the question, who is this for? Seriously. The other ones clearly appeal to a specific demographic, and you're already asking for a lot using AI images and selling it on the Nintendo eShop. But then you take the thing they probably wanted, the bikinis and the lingerie, out of the equation? So now, who does this company even think they're trying to convince to buy this game? These AI images of girl games are a dime a dozen on here. Ugh. Gosh, I want to eat some soap. Maybe hear some soap stories. Oh, I love soap.
No way! Soapy Tales.
I can't figure it out from these screenshots. It almost looks like a laundry simulator, or maybe working at a laundromat, or maybe showing kids the health benefits of eating soap? Is it just me, or do well-maintained laundromats tend to have kind of comfy atmospheres? Suddenly, you wake up as a ghost, with no memories. Your good and bad deed count is perfectly even, so you need to go back to Earth and earn your redemption. Rediscover your past life, and relive touching memories while attending to family business. Soapy Tales combines the relaxing chores with elements of time and space management. Complete the tasks, upgrade your skills, and unveil the story of your life in the midst of pastel, soapy bubbles. This is strangely intriguing to me, though it doesn't really answer any of my questions. Island Survival 2026 Craft Build Grow. Aw, look, he must have some physical disability, but despite his concerning movements, he overcame and left the island. They spoiled the entire thing. Look who's back! Pool Fever Legendary Edition. I mean, let's be honest, every game on here should have this as the trailer if they expect to sell any copies realistically. Stillborn Slayer. Now what does that title mean? Does that mean this guy is some reincarnation of a stillborn baby? Perhaps he is a slayer of mothers that have experienced a stillbirth. Perhaps he causes stillbirths, or maybe he prevents stillbirths, metaphorically slaying the event of a stillbirth. Perhaps he doesn't even know what it means and just thought it sounded cool. It seems like a fun pixelated roguelike game, so good for it. Darkness is everywhere, and kill, die, return stronger. Maybe the whole game takes place inside of a womb, so every single time something dies in the game, it's technically a stillbirth. I mean, the description just says it's a grim, hostile world, so we may never know. It's time to acknowledge the concept of economic competition. Basketball Legends 24 Rise of Champions! Non-actual gameplay footage? Then what is it? What do you mean by that? If this isn't the gameplay footage, then I think I would hate to see what the actual gameplay really looks like, much less feels like to play. You know, at first I thought that the 24 in the title was for the year 2024, but I'm starting to think that this is actually the 24th game in the Basketball Legends series. Cavorite. I don't know. Fine enough game, but if this is the full extent of finding out aliens exist, then I'm good. Don't bother waking me up when aliens invade. This guy'll get it. Dr. Cavor is trapped inside the moon, held captive by mysterious Selenites. Dr. Cavor endures to escape to the surface, and from there to Earth. But first, he must match wits with the dwellers of the lunar underworld, whose catacombs are complex and deadly. Dr. Cavor has but 2 tools at his disposal: his unique genius and his prize invention, the anti-gravity spray Cavorit. If you're stuck inside the moon, do you really want to make it to the surface? Solitaire Crime Stories Chapter 4. I bet this was hyped up a lot before it came out. Carrot Smash. Cool. Looks fine.
I don't really know what to say about some of these.
I'm Not a Human Horror. This looks like a ripoff of a bunch of popular horror games stitched together. The key features of this game are as follows: dark exploration, uncover clues and passwords to unlock doors, horror atmosphere, chilling sounds and tense visuals, relentless enemy, avoid the masked stalker, first-person immersion, feel the fear up close, flashlight and weapon, light your path and defend yourself. These are some features of real life too.
Don't pay for someone in a pig mask to come track you down and try to kill you. Just piss the right weirdo off and you can get that for free.
No.
30-in-1 Family Games Collection for $100! And no, it doesn't have anything to do with one of the most famous pieces of shovelware. Entrance 8. Not the popular indie horror game Exit 8. No. See, this is Entrance 8.
Soccer.
You would expect this to be the usual remake of NES Soccer, but nope. Soccer is a third-person football game where you control and see each player individually, making every action feel direct, personal, and more intense than classic top-down or broadcast-style football games. You are always close to the action, watching your player run, defend, and attack in real time, which makes every match feel dynamic and exciting. I think we need a petition to get this to be the official Wikipedia definition of soccer. Thanks to a ball physics system based on the game engine, every pass, every shot, bounce, and deflection feels natural and unpredictable, creating immersive gameplay where no 2 situations play out exactly the same. Even with its humorous and cartoon-like visual style, where players have oversized big heads, the game still delivers a fun and satisfying football experience that rewards timing, positioning, and smart play. A more iconic double release than Pokemon. Vampire Boys Love Story Date or Die, and Vampire Girls Love Story Date or Die. And you know what? I wish these were just crappy AI images, because it looks like real actual people put real actual effort into the creation of this game. Why? Who buys this?
Okay, now that I think about it, which one is which? In the girls one, are you playing as a girl, or are you trying to date girls? In the boys one, are you playing as a boy, or are you trying to date the boys? I don't know what this means.
Something else, please.
Does this count as something else? Korean monorail panorama line Squeezon. Oh yeah, this gets me more hyped than a metaphor about how hyped I am. So I guess someone took a video of a Korean monorail and then hurled a bunch of UI on the screen. I'm willing to bet the gameplay just consists of pausing, speeding up, and slowing down the videos. Oh yeah, and guess what? I found it. The Squeezon monorail in northern South Korea near the border. It seems there's some memorial-esque stuff around the area of this place, and the surrounding landscape is beautiful. The monorail itself, though... I don't know what was so fascinating about it that some dude felt the need to make this. Realistic monorail driving experience. uses high-quality video of actual Soy Mountain monorail sections. Experience driving a monorail through diverse landscapes and terrain. 2 play modes, section-by-section driving mode and view mode. Just like driving a real monorail, precise control is required, including acceleration, deceleration, and stopping. Compared to regular railways, this game features numerous uphill and downhill sections and significant impacts, requiring appropriate acceleration and deceleration control. And then my favorite part of this description, realistic scenery and atmosphere. Well, yeah, it's a video. You could put that on the box for Plumbers Don't Wear Ties for the 3DO.
Were you raised in a barn?
Buying this game, 4 out of 10. Watching this video on Google Maps, 10 out of 10. 3-in-1 racing collection. It looks like they made the same game 3 times and charged $20 each. Emoji Kart Trademark Racer, Rubber Duck Wave Racer, and Renzo Racer. Well, I say they all look the same, but they do make it crystal clear that these are diverse racing experiences. So, moving on to what the hell? $20. This keeps getting worse and worse. I don't even want to say the name of this one. Ugh, no. Hey, remember Survival Float Simulator Crocodile Waters Raft Craft Build? Well, Float Survival Simulator Ocean Survivor Build and Survive. Can you guess what this game is? In the trailer, they do make sure to cover their bases and tell you that video represents cinematic footages. You know, so they don't get sued.
Everybody makes mistakes.
What? Well, that took a hard left turn. Survive on the open ocean using crafting, exploration, and ingenuity. Build and upgrade your raft, filter seawater, cook meals, fish for food, and face constant marine threats in a fight for survival. Plus 2 DLCs, of course, one of which being reinforced materials and the other being new shark designs. Is there an actual demand for this? Maybe people want to buy Raft on the Nintendo Switch and end up settling for these games? I don't know. Squirrel Madness Nutstorm. It's a troll game. I can't tell if this is actually kind of a bit endearing, or if it's just trying too hard. Listen, anytime you see a trailer open with someone doing the Gangnam Style, it's kind of a clear indication of the developer's intentions. A squirrel plants a tree and is approached by pest control and grabs a gun and makes a face or something along those lines. I'm reaching my limit, man. Mila and Zug. I hate everything that has ever existed on the face of this planet, and if I see anything else like this, I'm going to find a way to go to South Korea and ride on the Squeezon monorail until I die of thirst and they have to pry my cold dead hands off of the front handlebars. Is this potato? I wish. This is obviously meant to be some sort of mobile game. Fall Buddies. Hey look, cowboy cart. No. Why? Is dentistry this attractive? Call of Beauty, Anime Romance Collection, Anime Romance Boys Collection, Furry Pride Paradise, Anime Feet Girls, The Charming Finder Quest. Oh my gosh, get this off of my screen! Their charms are subtle, their steps unforgettable. Do you dare to play? No! Game with balls!
I can't do this anymore.
In instant tennis. This one has a demo. Let's just do that. This game uses motion controls. Gotcha. This looks so good. Alright, all I can access right now is the tutorial, so let's get our notes out. Button and mixed control schemes are for paying customers only. So motion controls it is, I guess. I can be Jim and Sarah. Everyone else is locked. I guess that makes sense. Look at this loading screen. How droll. The yellow bar indicates the direction of your shot. Yeah, I don't know what I expected. This is awful. It's trying to read the strength of my swing, and the aiming is similar to Wii Play Tennis, but it all barely functions, and it feels really janky. I unlocked Quick Play, though. The character models in the audience just jump up and down whenever anything happens. Everything is scarily still, and I'm currently watching Abdel regret his decision to pursue tennis.
Match point.
This is it. Match point. I won. I'm so good. Okay, anyway.
Alright, I've had enough.
The Nintendo Switch eShop has changed, sorta. I like seeing the funny and crappy shovelware people put on these digital video game stores, but it's not fun with all the generative AI stuff. Without it, all the stupid, weird, and cheap games on here are a lot more interesting because another person had to create it, had to make all the artwork, had to write all the descriptions for the games. With something like Mila and Zug, nothing about this had much intention. With a human-created piece of artwork for a game, every part of it had some human intention and some form of creativity. If you draw a cat and a girl, even if you're zoning out, even if you have no idea what you're doing, even if your overall goal is to make just a quick buck, each and every line you do draw has some form of reasoning, some form of creativity and soul to it, no matter how soulless it actually kinda seems. Even mistakes in that picture are made because there was at one point an intention to convey or complete an idea within the image. An idea from one person to another person. This goes for everything here. It's not as interesting to see something a computer generated by simply running a program, running lines of code aimlessly. I don't know, this whole topic and train of thought has a lot of nuance and can get extremely philosophical. But for now, it's just kind of a shame. Oh, and the unfathomable amount of pervy fetish stuff. Gross.
It worked, but turns out, if you save money to buy some healthy food, you can use that money to buy even more junk food. So, I gotta figure something else out.